Today's date is March the 1st, 2022, and the Voice of Cosmic Awareness is Will Berlinghoff, and questioner and energizer is Dee Dee Farrell. Does awareness have a public message?
This awareness does have a public message for this critical of times. That many are deeply concerned and troubled over that which is the invasion of the Ukraine by the one known as Vladimir Putin. But is it truly what it is being presented to be? Or is there more to it than meets the eye? It is so that at this time, that which you would call the mainstream media and the social media are manipulating images and information from that region, but also in their studios that are constructed with their green screens so that they can present images to be displayed to the public. This giving, of course, the illusion that something major is taking place, that is, as it is being reported on, of the most evil nature of all, the invasion of a sovereign nation by another nation. And it is, of course, this manipulation of information and the false presentation of the images that is being put out there by that which you would call your mainstream media or your social media platforms. But why would they do this? They would do it because they are desperate enough to have to do it. They would do it because they cannot afford the truth to come out. That this awareness says there is much about the Ukraine and the Ukrainian government and the elites that are in the Ukraine that has remained hidden and suppressed for many decades. And even back into the old Soviet Union, this country was being used by those you would call the elites, the dark cabal. And this has remained so even after their independence in 1991, and especially over the last years. And the Ukrainian people have themselves been used and enslaved. And thus it is also that it has reached a crescendo, a moment of action and climax, that the one known as Putin has finally, after years of giving warning, taken action. It is not the actions that this awareness wishes to discuss. This you have seen already on your computers and in your search and research. It is rather to say that the moment is on hand, is here, where the actions of those who you would call the white hatters, the Anons, the patriots, is coming to play out, is being played out. That which is the false reporting of those who have the vested interest, the mainstream media, the social media, is a setup, if you will, to exposure. The exposing of those who have long manipulated and controlled the information and the news. And that certain events that have been reported will be shown to have been falsely reported, even changed to represent the dangers that you are being told of, the events that you are being told about that are occurring in the Ukraine, into that which they wish you to think is so. For as they weave their fear amongst that which is humanity itself, it is with the assumption, as always, that they will then be able to control humanity yet again. You have come through 2 years of this fear mongering and presentation of lies and deceits regarding this pandemic, this virus. It has never been as deadly as they have claimed it to be, or as they would have you to believe it to be. But it has caused such fear amongst so many that many did indeed receive a vaccination. And now you have these same ones playing it out again. But this time in regards to an invasion by a hostile force, a malevolent dictator indeed, through the one known as Putin. You are being challenged at this moment to go against that which you have been trained to believe, that which is the imagery and the transmission of news over the airwaves, over the cyberwaves. And in this challenge that you are facing, it is not the challenge of supporting the enemy or being opposed to the enemy, whomever the enemy may be, in terms of the reflections of the truth that you think you are getting. It is rather the moment to actually ask yourself, is this the truth that I am seeing here? Is this the truth that I am being presented? It is a time of great upheaval in the very fabric of society, in the very fabric of that which is civilization. The unweaving of the weave, the disentanglement of the threads that have created a tapestry up until now that was so easily accepted. A tapestry that for most was never questioned, but only accepted as this is the picture. This is the whole picture. But it is not the picture at all. Therefore, in this most critical of times, understand false images are being presented, small truths and falsehoods are being presented as truth, and that this is a time for you to question the truth. This is a time for you to question your mainstream media, your cyber forces, your platforms. This is the time to go within and make your connection to that which is your own inner being, your inner source. It is the time to stand up for yourself and your friends and your family and your neighbors as much as they would allow this, remembering that you, the individual, is the one who is creating your reality. And if you allow others to control that which is your perception of truth, that which you believe in, then you will create their reality. And their reality is mainly based on that which they are projecting in order to create the fear, havoc, distrust, confusion, and more. And it is ironic, is it not, that this, the most pressing of times, the most challenging of moments, is the very moment that you could indeed choose to awaken to the truth of who and what you are, and how perhaps that which you have been taught to believe in is not really the truth of it. And the tapestry that you've been presented all your life is a false tapestry, a false picture. And that it is time to stand up and say, no, I will not support this any longer until my questions are answered, until I see the truth being presented. Ironically, today, the 1st of March, is the day of that which is known as the State of the Union speech being given by the President, or the resident President, as he is sometimes called. And it will be a chance for you to observe one who is disseminating not the truth but the falsehoods, and to see what will come of it, and to feel out the energies of this event. Indeed, most of you may have missed it, For if you are listening to this on a day other than the 1st of March, it has already played itself out. It has already happened. That event that is proposed to happen in a short while. But from the perspective of this awareness, of cosmic awareness, being that which is outside of that which is linear time, the event has already happened. The event is seen to be one that will have merit in the days, weeks, and months ahead, and that this event will mark a new round of actions that will come to be played out in the days, weeks, and months ahead. And many, when they look back at the event, will realize this was the moment that they opened their eyes and they heard the truth and they came into their heart and their being as those who would no longer accept the lies and the deceit that has been laid down so long. Time is a very curious thing. And as you hold to that which is a concept of linear time, it seems that one event leads to the next, which leads to the next. But this awareness says that you can step outside of time in your imagining, and in that which is your perceptions of the events and circumstances that are playing themselves out in a moment, in this moment. And therefore, this awareness is giving this to you just to help you understand that as you go ahead in your daily life, as you live moment to moment, you have the choice moment to moment of how you will respond to information that is being presented or truth that you are feeling within yourself, bringing it to the surface. These are the most interesting of times. But unlike the Chinese curse, it is not that you will be cursed in this moment or brought down in this moment. It is the moment of your choice and your decision based on what you are observing, feeling, picking up on, hearing from others, to make your own decisions now, to realize that that which is spoken is not always the truth simply because of a favorite presenter is bringing it forth, or that a president that you put on a platform is bringing it forth. It is a time of your own inner reflection and your inner awakening. And this is that which is now available to you. So in the next days, weeks, months, remember that which is being revealed to you, even sometimes that which most challenges you, is that which will help you move forward in your own advancement into spirit and into source, into your own ascendancy of a spirit being awakening to the truth of who he, she is and what you truly are. The moment is upon you, and the moment is now. That this completes the public message at this time.